Hey fellow freelancers, welcome back to another Anthem video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new loot system update, up close and personal, seeing a wide variety of test results after playing for several hours on last night's update. So stay tuned and let's get into it. All right, before we jump into things, let's see what some other people are saying about it on Reddit here. A post by Press Start. Too many people are misunderstanding the loot change. The loot update was not meant to prevent unimportant stats. The point of the loot update was to make it so gear no longer rolled stats that were literally useless, like an LMG rolling a gear-specific inscription to increase sniper ammo, and an LMG can still drop with increased sniper ammo, but it will no longer be gear-specific and now will be universal. So what he's saying by that is you'll get the javelin icon with that instead, so you will increase your sniper rifle overall on a LMG, but it'll actually affect your sniper rifle that's in your offhand. Whether or not that is useful is to be determined, right, to the user, because what if you don't have a sniper rifle in your offhand? It's not necessarily useful, in my opinion. That stat might not be important to you, but it's not totally useless to someone running an LMG sniper build. See, I agree and I also disagree. It's not the greatest either, right? I still think those things should be specific to the sniper rifle, but that's my opinion. What do you guys think? On a side note, drop rates were not changed at all, and I'm not sure what people are getting the idea that they were. I'm not taking sides on whether or not this is a good implementation of what people wanted. I'm just clearing things up because there's lots of posts and comments of people either confused or just completely wrong. And I do have to agree because I'll show you guys my own findings here. Next up, a post by Lord Urano. Do we really need 1% inscriptions? Can't we have a minimum something more significant? Assault rifle plus 1% damage. One! One! You kidding me? Jesus. So, going back to the last guy's post, yes, there are the point of the point of the patch was to get rid of things that were entirely useless. Now there is an argument to say 1% isn't entirely useless, but it essentially is useless. Why don't you just make it 0%? It's not that useful. So while the patch did make things less useless, there's still a lot of uselessness, and we're gonna look at that stuff here today in my test findings of several hours of playing. So let's look at what I got here. Oh, before we do that, we may want to double review the patch notes here. For those of you who are just tuning in now, basically items will no longer have inscriptions on them that are not appropriate for the specific item. This only applies to items attained after the patch. Items obtained prior to the hotfix will still have some inscriptions they had before. So this is why I was playing last night, to acquire as many Masterworks as possible. I got 20 plus to show you guys here. Masterwork crafting costs have been reduced from 25 to 15, and the amount of plants, metals, and parts required crafting a Masterwork have also been reduced. And for the official patch notes that I was kind of complaining yesterday in my video, it's like, hey, they don't really put the news on their website. They did add in an addition to the one I showed off yesterday. So there was 2 patches yesterday. For like, I was a little bit confused by this, and I've posted a video, and then 2 hours later after the video, this second half of the patch was actually launched. So it was very confusing, but then it didn't really deliver on some of the stuff they wanted. Like they said uncommons and commons were supposed to be reduced or not at all after 30, which we didn't see there. So I'm confused by the system right now, but it is added here, but it's not really giving us. I would have liked to see patch notes outlining, like, you know, what kind of rolls we can see on a sniper rifle. What are the major, minor, secondary properties? What are the values? Can they roll between 1 and 50, 1 and 200? Because we're seeing some crazy things. Some people get 200% weapon damage, some people get 1%. It's crazy to me, and I would like to see those numbers posted somewhere on the official page. All right, moving on. Alrighty, so here I am crafting the Truth of Tarsus. We have 30 chimeric compounds, 60 chimeric alloys, and then 30 weapon parts and 15 Masterwork embers. Crafting this bad boy up. Let's see what kind of stats we get on it here. Pause it. So we have critical damage 8%, E-speed 11, critical damage 20%, and E-speed 23%. So there is some redundancies, and in my yesterday's guess, I was actually correct when I said the major and minors could could just be higher and lower stat values of the same thing. This does seem to be the case. This is a secondary stat that's this is a major secondary stat, and this is a minor secondary stat, or something like that. So this one just rolled the same thing as this one, but this one has a lower roll. Exact same thing could be said for these, but I do still think they need to make these more distinct, put them in a second column like secondary stats or something, because it's a bit confusing. But the crit damage ain't so bad and the E-speed ain't so bad, but it doesn't make this weapon better. It does increase my crit damage for my javelin overall, so I'm gonna have 28% more crit damage on all of my abilities, my other weapon, and then my E-speed is gonna be faster as well. So it's not the worst, but at the same time, it doesn't help my Truth of Tarsus that much, other than the crit. You're really looking for some weapon damage or something along those lines. So we're gonna continue on crafting some more of these. Let's see what the next one is. So critical damage 8%, weapon ammo 65%, weapon damage 18%, and Q speed 25%. The crits and the weapon is what I'm looking for. The weapon and the Q speed isn't what I'm looking for, but these values aren't that high, so still not that great. Let's do another one. Okay, what do we get here? Q speed 17%, critical damage 43% damage, critical damage, so that's a good one. 2% damage, 2, and 10% force, and I hear force is actually a really good stat. So I think I end up using this one because the crit damage, the damage, and the force is basically some of the best stats I'm looking for. They're just not the highest rolls, so still not that great. Next up, weapon damage 25, repair amount 5%. See, this still feels like kind of like a useless stat to me. Like, I don't really care about health packs, I guess, unless I'm a Colossus maybe. Sniper damage 13%, so that's decent for my sniper rifles. And pickup radius, and this is where I got a big problem. Pickup radius in this game is not useful. In Diablo it actually is useful, and they put it under secondary stats as well, so they don't even affect your 4 major affixes, or whatever you call it, inscriptions. They're put down below in a completely different category, and this pickup radius is just heartbreaking. Same with repair amount. So there's like 2 decent stats, but still not the highest rolls, and 2 wasted stats. So really hard so far to get anything decent, or, you know, subpar. Next one, weapon damage 20. All right, looking good. Repair drop rate, physical damage 15%. All right, not terrible. And repair amount. So 2 stats that are decent but not high rolls. 2 useless stats. And you could say that these aren't useless. You could still use repair and repair amount, but come on, really, like, healing gloves doing more, I guess, like, it just feels useless. It still is not useless. It just doesn't feel great. So we're gonna craft another one here. Weapon 125% damage. There we go. We're looking at a good stat finally. But we got the electric damage 5%. Meh, such a low roll. And with this build, I'm not even running electricity. Crit damage 12%, and pickup radius. Are you kidding me? So we got 2 good stats on here and 2 more crap ones, but the crit damage is still pretty low, and we finally got a good roll on one of these. And what is this, the 6th one now? So do I craft any more? We keep crafting more. So ammo pickup amount 11%. It's like, I don't need to pick up more ammo. There's plenty of ammo that drops. E-speed, okay. Armor 12%, and critical. This is like what you're looking for on a weapon. So yes, these 3 stats aren't useless, but they're useless for a sniper, right? I would much rather have this E-speed on an ability or on a component, not on a sniper rifle. So we're seeing a pattern here. So I think that's all I craft. Oh yeah, I ran out of materials. So I go farm some materials, and I'll show you my findings, and then I go craft a bunch of throwing stars. So let's go look at these throwing stars. All right, so I have enough materials here to craft about 2 or 3, I think, here. So we got a Cetadines Respite, machine pistol ammo, Q speed 28%, Q damage 8%, pistol ammo. Now this is where it comes into a problem that I have. It's like, it's rolling machine pistol and pistol ammo. While not useless, what build am I actually gonna have a pistol in one hand and a machine pistol in the other, and it's only additional ammo? It still feels useless for a skill, an ability. Like, I don't want to buff. In this case, I do not care about my weapons. I care about my ability. And so I still do think some of the stats are kind of useless, even though they're not. Like, in theory, they're not useless. They're just not great. So did the patch help? I still think there's major improvements that need to be done. There needs to be a second, like, iteration on this loot table. So let's craft another one and see what we get. Gear speed 10%, sniper ammo, ammo pickup, and gear Q speed. So I guess, like, for this one, yeah, you can increase the cooldown. You can increase the cooldown of your other, but this is your E ability. You want essentially to speed up your E ability, not your Q. But pretty bad rolls here overall. So another kind of bad drop. We have one more that we can craft here. So what do we get? Q damage again, sniper damage 3%, 3% damage, and marksman damage 15%. Again, it's like, I'm gonna buff your sniper, but you also have to use a marksman rifle to get use out of both of these. And that's the thing with this, is like, it could have been a shotgun and a this, and the fact that you're gonna ever get sniper, like, let's just say I use a sniper and a machine pistol, the chances, it's gonna take me years to find components that give me both a machine pistol and a sniper in order to get the perfect loadout that I'm looking for. And again, so bad unuseful rolls for my current build, or what I'm going for. So those are what I crafted. Let's look at what I found in the world. So every single drop I found in last night, from testing from 5 p.m. onward, I posted it in Discord. So we're just gonna look at the screenshots of my Discord. So here we go. We have a Masterwork, a component, marksman rifle ammo 5%, repair drop rate 25%. Both just utterly useless, or not fun at all. Certainly not fun. I can't say they're not useless. Next up is venom spray, 5% Q speed, shotgun 1% damage, Q speed 20%, and pickup amount. So we have a Q speed by 25%, which is like, oh, okay, not very useful. Not very useful. Increase, so I just gotta assess these as not useful or useful when I'm done looking at them. And so far with all the crafted components, I think there was one useful with the 125% weapon damage on the Tarsus. Shotgun ammo, meh. Acid, okay, this is not bad. You can, if you're doing an acid build, it's not bad. So it's like mediocre. I guess we could pass this one as useful, because if you stack enough acid, you could actually do a pretty cool acid build. So we'll give it a pass. So we're at 2 so far. Increases strikes, so it's another component. Shield minus 9% refresh. Weapon 6% clip. This is a trash one to me. My opinion is a trash. Another component, 5% fire resist. LMG ammo 20%. Pretty trash to me. Ice resist 13%. Weapon 15% ammo. Trash. All right, an ability here. Searching glaive. E speed 28%. Pistol ammo. Pickup radius. Gear 15% damage, but it only affects this. So, not that great. Next up, overheat delay by 10% and thruster speed 5%. Can we just get rid of these, or put a secondary column for like stuff like this? Like, is anyone really going to make a build that allows them to fly further and faster? Because that's going to severely punish them and nerf them. That should be bonus rolls. Like, they should have a secondary column for this stuff. For making a build that keeps up with your friend's damage, this is just going to slowly put you into the hole. So useless. Gear 15% speed, marksman ammo 1% damage, or marksman rifle 1% damage. 25% damage overall on the javelin, basically on everything. And then the speed of this. So not bad, but the problem is it's an acid spray, and you're looking for this. I would obviously want a double charges 100% plus damage, so you're not actually going to get use out of this damage, because there's other components that have better rolls, and these 3 rolls are pretty trash. So again, this one comes up as bad. Upgraded Tempest Strike, gear 13% damage, drop rate 15%, Q 14%, weapon 23% ammo. Bad, so another bad one. Increases weapon damage by 25%. Thruster life, so here's another one, a component. Thruster life 25%, thruster speed 4%. Like, it's just so uninspiring. It's a trash one. All right, Serpent's Veil, gear charges 100%. Great, that's what I'm looking for. I can throw out 2 venom bombs now. Shotgun damage, gear speed, sniper ammo. Well, if I'm running this on a sniper build, I'm not gonna have a shotgun, and the gear speed for this, I can recharge it quickly. So this one's decent, this one's good, this one's bad, and this one's bad. So it's like, we finally got a good roll, but the other rolls suck. So yes, it's gonna take a long time to get rolls that, like, where you're happy with all 4. I don't think that's possible though, because there's just such a, you're going, oh, thruster speed instead, and you're like, anyways, there's a lot of Serpent's Veils that I found near the end here for some reason. Wait, that one's gear charges too? Okay, that's the same one. Machine pistol, 9% damage, gear 15% damage, pistol ammo 17%, gear 15% speed. Another pretty trashy one. Ruthless Stalker, marksman rifle 7% 2% damage. Gear 100% charges, another great one, especially for the Searching Glaive. 2% more damage across the whole javelin. Heavy pistol, 10% damage. So, and a marksman rifle, 7%. So this is going to assume you're going to use a pistol and a marksman rifle, otherwise you'll never get use out of those two stats. And 2% damage is so insignificantly low. It's like, come on. So we have one good stat here. So I showed off about 25 weapons here today, or components, weapons, and abilities, and all that, like a mixture of stuff from playing on the new patch. And only, what, 3 of them had one good roll, and the other 3 rolls were bad. So like 3 of them are passable, but not great. So we got like 3 mediocre out of 25 drops. So the new system makes it so there's no more useless drops, but 23 of the drops overall, or 22 of the drops overall out of 25, in my opinion, are useless. So did it actually fix anything? It's hard to say. So what's the point of this video? What's the purpose here? It's a discussion video to say, has things improved? I think it is an improvement. Yes, 100%. There are better chances of getting gear that you're more happy with than you were before. However, we still got to look at things like the thruster speed, the ammo pickups, the health globes, the pickup radius. Like, there's so many junk stats that just need to get pushed over onto like secondary stats that are just not part of the primary components at all. And we have to start looking at things that are more inspiring, things that get you crazy to play these kinds of games. At this point, I was excited to get back into the game, and then the whole team that we played with, we all felt this way. We came out of the end of the night demoralized, like, no, the loot still sucks. So what are we doing? We're still running around free play. We're still running through the tyrant mines over and over and over again. And by the end of the night, no new upgrades. Nothing that I'm happy to play with here. Nothing that's going to make my character better. Nothing that goes towards a new build. Nothing that I can use on my storm. Nothing. Just nothing. Hours and hours of playing for nothing. And that doesn't feel right. So I still think, while they did the right thing and it's fixed, they now need to start looking at how to make gear inspiring. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you agree? Have you found any great loot since the new update? Is it enough for you? Do you think it needs to be more inspired? Etc. etc. Love to hear your guys' thoughts, and that's going to do it for me here today in this video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more Anthem videos, and if you enjoy the show and everything I do here, please do consider supporting it further through Patreon. Link is in the description below. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.